Yeah, so the question number three, again on summary. So let's go through this. So modern bourgeois society said Nietzsche was decadent and enfeebled, victim of the excessive development of the rational faculties at the expense of will and instinct. Against the liberal rationalist stress on the intellect, Nietzsche urged recognition of the dark, mysterious world of instinctual desires, the true forces of life. Smother the will with excessive intellectualizing, and you destroy the spontaneity that sparks cultural creativity and ignites a zest for living. The critical and theoretical outlook destroyed the creative instinct for man's manifold potential to be realized. He must forego relying on the intellect and nurture again the instinctual roots of human existence. So, I mean, at a one go, you may find this a difficult to comprehend summary, provided you're not much into the philosophical angles of the things. But let's understand what is this passage saying. So, this passage basically outlines this guy, Nietzsche, okay? And it says that Nietzsche's criticism of a modern bourgeois society, which he sees as overly rational and lacking in instinctual drive, right? So that is what they're saying, that modern bourgeois society, said Nietzsche, was decadent and enfeebled, victim of the excessive development of the rational faculties, right? So modern bourgeois society is weakened, you can say. Okay, it's a kind of, he's criticizing modern bourgeois society on the grounds of excessive development of the rational faculties, okay, at the expense of will and instinct. So what is that? That modern bourgeois society, they're focusing more on rationality and they're not focusing on instinctual drive, right? Now, Nisha argues that overemphasizes on intellectual faculties has led to suppression of instinctual desires, damaging creativity and the zest for living. So that is what he's saying here, that against the liberal rationalist stress on the intellect, Nietzsche urged recognition of the dark mysterious world of instinctual desires, the true forces of life. Okay, smother the will with excessive intellectualizing, and you destroy the spontaneity that sparks cultural creativity and ignites a zest for living. So he says that as you led to the suppression of instinctual desires, so it actually damages the creativity as well as the zest for life, right? Now, basically, now this third half of the paragraph, he advocates for a balance where instinctual roots of human existence, okay, are nurtured alongside the intellect. So the critical and theoretical outlook destroy the creative instinct. For men's manifold potential to be realized, he must forego relying on the intellect and nurture again the instinctual roots of human existence. So that is what is being stated here. Now, the correct answer to this question is option number D. Now, let's see all the summaries, but let's first of all understand why D is the correct answer. So, Nietzsche blames excessive intellectualization for the decline of modern society. So far, so good, right? And suggests nurturing creative instinct instead. So that is what the major idea of the paragraph is. So the summary basically encapsulates Nietzsche's critique of the overemphasis on the rational faculties, right? Blames excessive intellectualization in modern bourgeois society, which he believes it stifles or damages, you can say, a creative instinct, okay, and spontaneity. And his proposed solution is to nurture instinctual roots of human existence. Okay, so that all ideas are being somewhere covered here in this summary. Now, let's see what are the problem with the option number A. So, Nietzsche urges the decadent and enfeebled modern society to forego intellect and give importance to creative instinct. Now, this option basically misrepresents Nietzsche's argument. He's not advocating for the total forego of intellect. Okay, so what says that for man's manifold potential to be realized, he must forego relying on the intellect, okay, but and nurture again the instinctual. But he's not saying to forego intellect altogether and give importance to creative instinct, but rather he's the main idea is to criticize the excessive development or the excessive focus on intellect at the expense of will and instinct. So that idea is not being covered here in option number A. So it says, no, it blames excessive intellectualization for the decline of modern society and suggests nurturing creative instinct instead. So that is a better version rather than A. Now, the problem with option number B is that B says Nietzsche urges the decadent and enfeebled modern society to smother the will with excessive intellectualizing and ignite a zest for living. Now, this summary distorts the Nietzsche's philosophy by suggesting that he recommends suppressing the will. Okay, so he does not he is not is telling you or suggesting you to suppress the will. Okay, which actually contradicts his actual stance of endorsing the will and instinct. So that is totally opposite. So cannot be your answer. Now, option number three, Nietzsche criticizes the intellectuals for enfeebling the modern bourgeois society by not nurturing men's creative instinct. Now, this unnecessarily or incorrectly assigns blame to intellectuals specifically. Okay, so it's not saying that the intellectuals are focusing or forcing the bourgeois society to follow this thing. The Nietzsche critic is directed more broadly at the overemphasis on rational faculties in the society as a whole. Okay, so it is not something that is being done by the intellectuals. Okay, it is being done by the society as a whole. So that is the distortment of the text. So option D is the correct answer. I hope you got it correct.